Hey, I completely forgot about this. Big shout out to Kevin here. And like I said, if you guys have any stories or anything you want to show or any Spurs news in particular, you can just tag me on Twitter. Just at Clan the Spurs Fan on Twitter, and I will see it. But big shout out to our boy for showing me this because I forgot.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so before we take a look, okay, before we take a look at what our boy Kevin showed us here, I just glitched. My camera glitched. I saw that. I saw it in my peripheral. Let's go ahead and take a look at Spurs Invasion. So big shout out to you guys for subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much. We're almost at 3K after only 3 videos. So if you guys have any advice, like this is more scripted content, edited content. If you have any advice or anything that you didn't like or you do like or you want more of, you can easily just jump over there, go into the video, leave a comment, and I'm taking all types of constructive criticism because I do want this channel to grow. And I think that this channel, actually, the Spurs Invasion, has way more potential than this current channel, right? I think it's a little bit more mainstream. So if you guys are interested, please head on over there and check it out. All right, so like I said, Kevin, my boy, thank you so much. I completely forgot about this. So he said, at Clan the Spurs Fan, Keldon is getting traded. Check this out. So I do recall this, but man, it did not come to my mind when it came to picking up CP3. So let's take a look at this, and you guys probably remember this.
We was talking.
Hold on, let's make sure so you can hear him.
About me coming to Miami. We had talked about what the team would look
we
like.
started getting excited. No, CP, I could play off the ball. We done figured all that out. And then somebody said, well, who gonna wear number 3? Silence.
He's like, what number you gonna wear? What number am I gonna wear? What number he gonna wear?
And I'm like, that's my number. He's like, well, that's my number. I remember when that question was posed, I was sitting there like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, just get another number. And CP like, no. I wasn't going to D9. What we gonna do?
CP6? Because you was older, you probably could have just worn 33.
No, I wasn't older.
You was older than me.
Prime.
I know, but because you older than me, you just wear 33.
Riley didn't pull the trigger because CP could wear number 3 in Miami.
Okay, so that is actually a real story, okay? That is a real story that Chris Paul didn't go to Miami because of the number. So I remember this going around. I remember when people were talking about this, how insane that is, that almost was a thing, but he just couldn't, get the number. So I know this seems crazy. I know this seems silly, but it's not. It's actually not silly at all. So yeah, it's going to be one or two things, okay? Either Keldon is going to change his number, which I don't know how prideful he is over his number. I have no idea. Just being real with you, I have no idea. I'm sure he'll be a team player and just change it. Or the Spurs are just going to move him. Now, I've been very adamant this entire time that I think Keldon Johnson will be traded. And I had somebody comment and ask, like, okay, you say this all the time. You're like, Keldon doesn't fit, but what do you mean by that? And I never really explain it, so I'll just briefly say what I mean when I say that. So when it comes to Keldon Johnson, right now, I don't think that he fits with Wembanyama. So, I mean, if we just taking the eye test into consideration, right? I think a lot of times when he's on the court, the ball stops. He gets a lot of tunnel vision in which he's not really paying attention to what's around him. And it's in the worst times as well. So like he'll have, and this happens often, he'll have a first half that's really impactful, a really good first half in which he's coming off the bench and it's a lot of energy, but then he'll do the same thing in the second half and the teams will adjust defensively, but he doesn't adjust offensively. And that always holds us back. And I'm not saying he couldn't fit with another team. I'm just saying with the Spurs and with the way that Wembanyama likes to play, it doesn't work that way. You're gonna have to, pass the ball. I want the ball to continue moving. And then on top of it, it's like, okay, well, if we take that part of it out, right? We take the ball out of his hands and we're like, Keldon, we just need you to be a spot up shooter. He's a little inconsistent in that regard. Not to say like he's the worst 3-point shooter in the world, because he's not. But he's a little, inconsistent. And on top of it, we would need him to be a 3-and-D, and the defense is not there. Okay, it's just not there. If anyone says that he's a good defender, I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know what analytics they're looking at there, or even the eye test that is, because he gets attacked constantly. A little flat-footed, so guys get around him pretty quickly. But it really does come down to his tendencies more so than anything, and he's always been like that ever since college. You know, he was one of those players where the Spurs were hoping, okay, maybe he could become this, maybe he could become that. But he's been pretty consistently the same type of player that his entirety with San Antonio, and it's just not working when Wemby's on the court. So that's where I'm saying I don't think that he fits, you know, and that's another reason why I was so happy about getting Ingram. Not to say Ingram comes in and he's automatically like better than Keldon Johnson or anything, but I do think the type of player he is, him having the experience as being a point forward and having that basketball IQ where he can pull that out at any given time, playing in a system in which he could be an off-ball shooter and be a good defender as well. You know, not the best point of attack defender in the world, but Ingram is by definition a 3-and-D and a versatile small forward. You know, small forward to, you know, you can move him to shooting guard if you want, but more so a forward. So I really like Ingram with this group. I think that over time we'll see that he fits pretty well. But Keldon, those tendencies that he has, it really hinders us. It really hinders us. So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and just bash him. I think Keldon is a good, you know, player. I think with another team, he would be much better. And also, I like his attitude. It's not like he's not a Spur, right? Like, he's obviously a Spur. He's obviously a good dude. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back, or what makes people get a little defensive when I do talk about Keldon and the way that I talk about him sometimes. But I'm trying not to be someone that's like, this player is trash, he's absolute garbage, because that's ridiculous, right? The only player I'll do that with is Zaza Pachulia. He actually was trash and garbage, but no other player I really do that with, and I wouldn't, you know, start with Keldon. So yeah, I hope I explained that well. Those are my thoughts on Keldon, and that's why I think he doesn't necessarily fit with the squad. But like I said, this seems like a silly story, but it's some truth to it, right? Chris Paul isn't going anywhere unless he keeps his jersey number, so he's gonna have to change it, or at least the Spurs are thinking, yeah, I mean, we about to move him. But I think something's gonna happen with Keldon. At least that's my prediction. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's my prediction. Anyways, I give it to you guys later, man. Thank you guys so much for the love. Like I said, Spurs invasion. Go subscribe, please, and let me know what you think of the content. I've already done something on Stephon Castle, already done something on Chris Paul. Next up, I'm gonna do something on Sohan, which I don't know when I'll have that up, but I'll start working on it over the course of the next couple of days. But maybe we'll have it up by next week. I'm trying to grind this channel up, and then I can start, you know, once I get a feel of everything and feel of how I like to edit, how I like the transitions to be. Then I can start expanding it out, or spanning out the times from video to video, and hopefully I can start making these videos a little bit longer. Because guys, writing a script, it's like, okay, it's 6 minutes. It takes longer than you think, man. 6 minutes takes a while. I mean, this one right here, I was working on this all day. My whole Saturday was gone working on this. So I'm gonna have to definitely figure this out so I can have some free time. Because I like watching One Piece. Okay, I want to watch some One Piece. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. Till next time. Bye.